the benefit of a self-managed superannuation fund is that it gives you full control of your superannuation. Now, there's a lot of theories out there as to how much you need to have in superannuation to have a self-managed fund be effective for you. But in my opinion, it's different for everybody. To give you an example, I've got a client that we're working on right now. He's got $60,000 in super. He contributes $12,000 a year to his fund. His current fund, well, it was AMP. Over the last 5 years, AMP's average return has been 3.3% or 3.4%, and he's being charged fees of $2,200 per annum with his money in AMP. So he's earning himself about $1,800 a year, and they're charging $2,200 a year. Obviously, with a self-managed fund, he's going to have fees for the accounting work and that sort of stuff that's required for the fund, but that's going to be about $1,200 to $1,500 a year in fees. So he's starting off with $60,000, he's putting in $12,000 a year, and the fees each year are about $1,200 to $1,500. So he can put in place the investment strategies that he wants. You know, it might be some direct shares, he might want to take advantage of the property that's available, the borrowing for purchase property, and you know, he's, in our opinion anyway, ahead of the game by having the self-managed fund because he's generating more income and it's costing him less. So that's the benefit of, you know, of that guy with $60,000. Another benefit with self-managed superannuation is that you might be trading, but you can have a fund with up to 4 people. So, you know, you might say you've got yourself and your husband, and both of you combine your superannuation into one account, and you put it into the one bank account, and then you invest accordingly. Now, the benefit again is that you've got your employer contributions from yourself coming into the fund, you've got your employer contributions from your husband coming into the fund. So if you earn, say, $60,000 a year, both of you, that's $120,000. Currently at 9%, your employer's putting in about $11,000 a year into your superannuation fund. So you've combined what you've got into the one fund, your employer contributions are coming in, and you can put in place a strategy not only to invest the bulk of the money accordingly, but also the income that's coming in as well, and use that to generate more assets and more returns over time. And then again, use the strategies that are available within the superannuation environment to to increase the value. Now, what I mean about the strategies, it may be the government's co-contribution, where if you earn under about $32,000 a year and put in $1,000, the government will also put in $1,000. It might be salary sacrificing, where, for an example, a client that I've got has both husband and wife. They're 32 and 34. They both work in the mines, and they earn about $110,000 each. And the employer contributions at the 220 is about $20,000 a year. But because they're earning good money, they're salary sacrificing extra money into superannuation from their wage. So instead of being taxed at a tax rate of 40% outside of super, they're putting it into superannuation, which is one, growing their fund further because of the additional contributions, but two, it's being taxed at 15%. So they're saving potentially 25% tax on that income earned, and they're better off for it in the future. Another strategy along the way is when somebody becomes, working and they're at age 55 to, retirement, we can put in place a strategy where they take what's called a transition to retirement pension. The fund becomes tax-free. The pension that they draw out of their fund can supplement their income, and they can use their income to salary sacrifice into super and save a considerable amount of tax on that particular strategy. So there's lots of strategies which we can put in place to help people who have decided to take control of their super and then invest it accordingly, whether it's through trading, whether it's through investing in blue chip assets or buying property